Okay, the unit is up, but I'll have to scan down on it because you can't see the whole thing. There you go. That's the bottom. I like the fact that it has the 3 closed cubbies in there for lots of tapes and things. And then here we go to the top. So it's about, I think it's over 6 feet tall, because each cubby is, I think, about a foot high. So, but anyway, it's up and it's wonderful. I had to move the little piece that held the boom box for my tapes. And then I had to move my other little Buddha bag and thing over here. And then over in the corner, I had to move my other hanging. But it's going to take a lot of time and work to get this all together. But I'm looking forward to doing it. Unfortunately, I'm spread thin with a lot of other projects. I've got a new sewing machine I just unpacked. I have to figure out how to put it together. And whoops, there I go. I'm sliding down the back of the futon. And I have some appointments this week, so it's going to be a busy week, and I'm going to see what I can get done. But I'm going to have more fun getting those cubbies filled with things. So I will do that maybe later tonight and take another video with some of the things in there. So I'll be back. Well, I'm not sure how well this is going to show. Okay, so I'm back in the meditation room, and as you can see, the unit is put together. The handyman did it far faster than I could do it. So I'm just going down so you can see that I love this because there are 3 storage, not 3, but 2, no, there are 3 storage areas there. So I can put a lot of tapes down in those areas, and then I can just have the top for displaying. So I'm going to take you up as I go a little further up, and I'll show you. I moved my boom box over here in the corner, and I have one of my crystal balls here. Actually, it's a bowl, crystal bowl. And then I'll show you what I have in the individual cubbies. I hope the lighting is good enough here. So what I did here was I just tried to make little vignettes. So I have a sacred India tarot here. But then I have other things in there that represent India, like Ganesha and the Om symbol. And then I have another little thing, little antique piece I bought in India. And then, of course, a nice crystal. And then over here we go over to the Buddha wisdom. So I have Buddha and the Buddha wisdom, which I love. I love that oracle card. And then in the corner here I have a lovely Tibetan tourmaline that I bought in Colorado many years ago. It had the most wonderful energy. And that little black and white jar is a tea jar I bought in Japan at a very famous pottery village. And then the little incense burner is antique Chinese. And then let's see what else I have here. And then I have a lovely piece of serpentine here, a lovely serpentine. And then we go over here to the British Isles. So we have the Druid craft, and I have an empty bottle from my visit to the Chalice Well years ago. It's been empty a long time, but I just don't have the heart to throw it out. And then I have this antique piece from India here. And then this little piece of silver here is from Machu Picchu, another antique. And then Japan is represented by this piece of pottery. And then this is a sacred well that I visited in Ireland. It was in the northern part of South Ireland, a little village that we were renting a house in at the time. And we had a lovely celebration there with changing water from our well to their well, with their permission, of course. And that was a very interesting day. And then come down here, I've got the plant, the Druid plant oracle, and behind it I've got hiding Peggy's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful bag with the deck in it. And then this little cubby is representing earth, wind, and fire. So down here is representing some earth, and that little piece of crystal is something I found sticking out of the bank at the river one day fishing with my son. And then, of course, the lovely conch shell represents air and water, too. And then this little tea bowl is one that I made, and I put it here because it also represents fire and earth. And it was also a favorite of my husband's, so that's there. And then coming over here, I have my homage to the Native Americans with the smudging and the shell. And this is a little antique piece from, I guess, a historical site, which is interesting. It's actually magnetic, that little grinding stone. And then this is a pouch I have, which is more Native American in feeling. And then, of course, my sage and a nice crystal. So that's that little area. And then over here, I'm just still working on it. And this will have a lovely little box here. And then I have the Rider-Waite deck, which the Rider-Waite was the first deck I ever got years ago, and I didn't know what to do with it, and it sat for years before I rediscovered it 30 years later, I guess it was October. And I've gone crazy since then. And this is a lovely piece of sliced agate here. And then down here, I have a beautiful slice of Brazilian agate. And then I have another little antique piece that I bought in India, down here. And I have some lovely amber powder in there. And then I have a lovely black tourmaline. I figured it would go with the black and white decks that I have here. And then it's a Reiki pledge. It's the form of Reiki that my daughter's doing. And then here is my own and only deck of this type. And I don't know if I'll ever learn it in this lifetime. And then the pot is, again, representative of earth, low fire, and a little rose quartz hard crystal. And this little clay pot is from South Africa. See, I don't know if I'm showing it too well, but anyway, it's there somewhere. And over here, then I have the beautiful Llewellyn deck, and one of my little pots with some flowers from my garden, and the Thoth deck, which I will try to explore one of these days. And then here is another piece of collectible that I've used to go rock hounding and beach hunting, and I found this lovely, I love these organic looking things, and so it has a nice piece of, I think this is obsidian in here. Yeah, I think it's obsidian. So that's that. And so I found spaces for some other things. This was on one wall, saying from my spiritual teacher. And then this is a lovely bag my daughter gifted me several years ago. And I just love it so much, I just use it as a decoration, but it would make a great tarot bag. And then here we go, my hanging, which was on this wall that I just came from. But it makes a beautiful hanging on that wall. So now I will take you quickly out of the door and down into the living room to show you what I did with the ceremonial powwow drum. Now, if you saw my other video of the meditation room, you saw a drum in the corner. Well, now it's been put together and it's here in the living room. So it's sharing space here with some lovely lighting and my lovely Buddha and the Buddha with the lovely crystal. So I'm going to take you over to the drum and just show you the sound of this drum because it's amazing. Now that it's been here. I love that. And I'm so glad I have it up and here because I will now be using it a lot. So I thank you so much for coming and joining me in my renovation, or at least part renovation, of my meditation room. So I wish you a glorious evening and a glorious day tomorrow and every day. So namaste, my beautiful friends. I love you so much. You take care now. Bye-bye.